So today we're going to dive into a really powerful technique for smoother speech. It's called the honey slide. And honestly, it's a pretty simple shift in how you think, but it can have a huge impact on navigating those moments when words just, well, they just don't want to come out.
Okay, let's start with the feeling I'm pretty sure we've all had. You're right in the middle of saying something and a word just stops, right? It feels physically caught in your throat, totally stuck, and the more you try to force it out, the more stuck it gets. It's so frustrating.
And there's a brilliant name for this feeling, the ice cube. So let's really break down what this block is and why our natural reactions, our instincts, often work completely against us. So when we feel a block coming on, the word itself can feel like this cold, hard ice cube lodged in our throat. And that physical sensation of being jammed, that's what kicks our body's natural fight or flight response into gear. And what's our gut reaction when something is stuck? We use force, right? We bite down, we push harder with our breath, and we try to just crash right through that word like it's a brick wall. But here's the thing, fighting that ice cube just makes it freeze even harder. All that extra tension makes our vocal cords lock up even more, and suddenly a tiny hesitation turns into this long, really stressful block. It's a total vicious cycle. So what if instead of fighting the block, we tried something completely different? Well, that's where this honey slide technique comes in. It's all about finding a much, much smoother way forward. The honey slide is basically the exact opposite of crashing into a word. Instead of forcing it, you gently and very intentionally stretch out the very first sound for just a second or two. It's a conscious choice to ease into the word, not to attack it. I mean, you can really see the difference in approach right here. The old instinct, the ice cube, is all about force, tension, and crashing. But the honey slide method, that's about stretching, flow, and smoothness. It's a fundamental shift from fighting your speech to actually working with it. And this right here, this is the core mental image that really makes the whole technique click. Just forget the word for a second. Instead, imagine that first sound is like warm, thick honey, just flowing easily and smoothly. That one image can help your entire body relax into the sound. Okay, so it sounds nice, right? But why does it actually work? Let's get into the simple but really powerful logic that makes the honey slide such an effective tool. Here's the simple science of it. That ice cube feeling is literally your vocal cords locking up. But by stretching that first sound, you're forcing those cords to keep moving, to keep vibrating. And guess what? They physically can't lock up if they're already in motion. You're basically creating a smooth runway for the rest of the word to take off. I absolutely love this analogy. Just think about it with some simple 5-year-old playground logic. You wouldn't climb to the top of a slide and just jump off, right? That's how you get hurt. The smart, safe way is to sit down and slide smoothly to the bottom. It is the exact same principle for getting a word out without crashing. And here's one more fantastic way to think about it, a dimmer switch. You don't just slap the switch and go from total darkness to blinding light. You gently slide it up, letting the light build gradually. The honey slide is that same gentle, gradual control, but for your voice. All right, theory is great and all, but the real power here comes from actually practicing. So let's look at a clear 3-step plan that you can use to start putting the honey slide into action, like today. We're going to approach this kind of like a video game. We'll start on easy mode to build some confidence, then we'll move up to medium mode for a real-world test, and finally, we'll take on the boss level with challenge mode. First up, easy mode. Find a quiet place, where you won't be interrupted. Pick 5 simple words that start with a vowel, words like always or every. Now, say them out loud, but really stretch that first vowel for a full 3 seconds. Feel how relaxed and loose your throat stays, like, ah, always. You feel that? No tension at all. Ready for medium mode? Okay, this is where we bring the technique into the real world, but in a low-stakes way. On your next phone call or video call, instead of that sharp, quick, hello, just try sliding into it. A gentle hello, stretching that first sound just enough so you can feel the airflow before the word even starts. And finally, challenge mode. We all have them, right? Certain fear words that we just anticipate getting stuck on. I want you to identify one of yours. The next time you have to say it, make a conscious decision not to rush it. Intentionally use the honey slide on that very first letter and just ease into the word. So, what does this all add up to? Let's talk about the ultimate takeaway here. This isn't just about avoiding a block. It's about fundamentally changing your relationship with speech and getting back a real sense of control.
And this, right here, is probably the most crucial mindset shift of all. We often worry that using a technique like this makes our speech sound slow, but that's just the wrong word. We aren't creating slow speech. We're creating smooth speech. And that is controlled, it's flowing, and it's deliberate. Because see, the goal was never to speak as fast as possible. The real goal is just to communicate effectively, right? And that comes from speech that is smooth, that flows, and that feels like it's under your control. The Honey Slide is a tool that puts you back in the driver's seat.
So, as you go about your day, I'm going to leave you with this question. Think about that challenge mode. What's one word, just one, that you can consciously choose to slide into today? Just give it a try. You might be really surprised at how smooth it feels.